Do you believe that he committed suicide? Because many don't.
No, he didn't. I don't believe he did it. I believe that he was murdered.
I just want to take a second and talk about this Epstein thing. And let me just clarify something. Because now they're talking about Ghislaine Maxwell and her possibly testifying before Congress, or at least she's offered to do it. I don't think that's going to happen for a number of reasons. And I'll tell you why. And I know there's people who watch the show, and I saw it on Dear America this morning. People say, well, why are you still talking about Epstein? Steve, pardon me for a second. Dave, give me the full screen because I want to bitch I want to do a little bitch fest here. This matters. And I don't care who rolls their eyes or what they do at this. Jeffrey Epstein's name, I hope it will forever make people uncomfortable. It should, because that name, as I said at the beginning, represents something that's not a man, it's a system. It's a sick, corrupt, powerful system that hasn't gone anywhere. I mean, just because Epstein may be dead or off the map or hiding off in Tahiti somewhere, I don't know. But the system is still here amongst us. And until we deal with that system, we're complicit in it by our silence. So to say, well, I'm tired of talking about it. Don't be. You know, why are you still talking about Epstein? He's gone. Yeah, maybe he is dead. And I mean, can we ask about the mysterious circumstances, federal custody, a high security prison, cameras that are magically going to stop working? You're going to have time lapses that are missing from the videos that are released. You got guards that just happen to fall asleep. And right before he's supposed to testify, no less, you don't need a tinfoil hat to see the pattern here. You just need the eyes of a little bit of, common sense. And the reason it matters is because Epstein wasn't the disease. He was a symptom of festering boil on the body of global elitism, and we got a glimpse of it, just a glimpse, because they're not showing us anything else, and it shows us how the powerful operate when they think nobody's watching. The private island, the guest list, the Lolita Express, the blackmail operations, the intelligence ties, the girls, God help them, the girls who were treated like disposable objects for the pleasure and control of people who think they're untouchable. And you want us to stop talking about that? Because listen, this is not about gossip. This is not about seedy gossip. It's not about sensationalism, folks. It's about catching someone famous in a scandal. And you're going, oh, well, that's not important. It is important if something can be done about it. This is about exposing evil. And that's what this is. Evil that hides behind $1 million donations, private jets, smiling faces at galas and award shows, evil that gets protected, not prosecuted, evil that uses children as currency for power. And if you think it ended with Epstein's, quote, suicide, think again. Ghislaine Maxwell got convicted for trafficking minors to whom exactly? You ever think about it? I mean, do you really think about it? How do you get convicted for trafficking underage girls and not a single buyer gets named? It's like busting a drug cartel kingpin and then forgetting to mention the cartel. It's a cover-up, folks. This is why we talk about it. Your government, this administration, the one that we've supported, is covering something up for whatever reason. And you can say, oh, they're using this as leverage. Great. Let's see what comes of it. But I'm starting to doubt that. Because, see, this isn't just about accountability. It's about making sure it doesn't happen again. Because right now, while we're distracted about whatever circus the media wants to feed us, I mean, whatever Taylor Swift's boyfriend that plays for the Chiefs is wearing today, whatever emotional outrage, there are other Epsteins out there doing the same thing. There's other operations. There's other trafficking rings. There's other crap that's still running, still profiting, still trafficking. So if you want to talk about human rights, let's start right here. You want to talk about justice and truth? Let's start right here. You want to talk about protecting the vulnerable? Look at the system that allowed this monster to operate for decades while everybody in the know turned the blind eye. Now we're not supposed to talk about it? Wall Street knew, academia knew. I mean, they named a wing in Harvard, a research wing in Harvard after Jeffrey Epstein. Celebrities knew about it. Politicians knew about it. Intelligence agencies, they know about it. They might have been in on it. We don't know. But don't tell me they didn't know. And they don't know now. Contacts were, the who's who of global power. You don't end up on that plane 20 times without knowing what the hell's going on. And now you got the public, you and me. We've been kept in the dark, lied to, mocked, gaslit, humiliated, insulted, embarrassed, until the evidence was so overwhelming that they couldn't deny it anymore. And even then, they acted like it was some isolated incident. We're supposed to just ignore. Oh, we're still talking about that guy, Jeffrey Epstein, he just won't die. It's not some, neat little bow tie on the top of the box to say it's just over. Because the network is still intact. The system is still in place. And let me tell you this, they're still recruiting right now. It's grooming right now. It's exploiting right now. It's having sex with underage children right now. It's using private chats, encrypted servers, the dark web transfers, shell companies, private flights. Right now, somewhere, a child is being sold because of a politician, a banker, or a billionaire thinks he's above the law. And we're supposed to just scroll on past that and quit talking about it. No, not me. I'm not. Not this time. Not on this show. Because this is not left or right. This isn't Democrat or Republican. This is good versus evil. And if you're more worried about protecting your favorite politician's name than you are about protecting children, then you've already lost your soul. In the media, they can drop the story when it stops trending. They bury the lead. They call it conspiracy. But remember this, everything they once called conspiracy in the Epstein case turned out to be true. And you can bet your last freaking dollar that there's more truth to come. But only if we keep pushing and keep digging and keep prodding and keep asking the questions that they don't want us to ask. This is where we're living, folks. So why do I keep talking about Epstein? Because the story isn't over. Because the victims deserve justice. Because silence is the oxygen that allows these monsters to breathe and exist. And because I refuse to live in a world where the rich can traffic children and the rest of us are too numb, too distracted, or too freaking cowardly to say something. And this is where the line gets drawn. This is where you and I decide that we will not forget, we will not shut up just because the cameras have moved on, because it's not a headline, it's a call to action. You got to stay loud about this. You got to stay curious. You got to stay relentless, because the truth, the full, ugly, fat, needed truth is still out there. And it's waiting for somebody brave enough to bring it to the light. And they don't want us to. So we're going to keep talking about it. And let me say this about Maxwell. If she should be, here's the deal. There's the potential to expose corruption. There is that. We would love it for her to just come out and tell the truth. But here's the thing. Marjorie Taylor Greene has argued, there's like a 2,000 name list in the little black book. And, if you're going to talk about this, there are survivors that deserve clarity about who was involved and not isolated, in this conviction of Maxwell. But there's no, the DOJ, they got themselves painted in a corner now because they're saying that there's no evidence Epstein even kept a client list or blackmailed powerful figures. You can't tell us that and expect us to, you can't shove something up my ass and tell me I'm not being screwed. Here's the deal. If she testifies, there could be retaliation. There are going to be more people echoing conspiracy. They're going to you're going to have the Maxwell didn't hang herself next week memes that are going to be all over everything. And by the way, she's always and currently appealing her conviction. And so opening, her for congressional testimony could conflict with the legal strategy or fairness in the appeal, whatever that's worth. So again, maybe she's just doing this in order to, maybe she's just doing this to get revenge, And anyway, I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm going to keep talking about this. You can find another show if you need to, but I'm at least a little bit on these shows. Until we get to it, I'm going to keep talking about it some.